Ultima GX back with exciting news. This is our first podcast, and I'm here with Eric. Say hi.
Hello.
And Walker from the Nintendo, which I'd like to give a quick shout out to right now, and he's doing some pretty cool stuff. He just finished making his end year highlights, and you should check that out to get a better glimpse of the channel. So say hi, Walker.
How you guys doing today?
So what we are going to talk about is the beginning year of Nintendo and our honest opinion of 2015 for Nintendo and what we would like to see in the future. So, we're going to start with what the beginning of the year was. So, what was your honest opinion on the beginning of the year, Eric?
It was good, but then at the end, it was good. And then, they released, really good games.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Monster Hunter a lot.
And then, it just kept getting better and better until near the end. But we'll get to that later.
Walker, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I thought it was, overall it was a pretty strong year for Nintendo.
Yes.
I enjoyed a lot of the games that were released, especially Xenoblade Chronicles X, especially Splatoon, some of the handheld games, and overall I thought it was pretty good. I think their E3 was pretty weak, and there was also some pretty weak games, but I think we'll be getting into that as well later on in this podcast.
I really enjoyed Monster Hunter, as I stated before. I really like those kind of RPG games, action games. I also really liked Splatoon for a little bit, and then I started to get less interested in a while. I would just say the first half of Nintendo was incredibly strong, and then near the end it started to get a bit weaker to where it was coming from a 10 out of 10, and it would drop down to a 7 out of 10. So, I also have to... You go?
I was just going to say that's pretty fair.
I also have to say that their E3 was disappointing. They didn't show off very good games. Nothing that would be E3 worthy, for say, so.
Amiibo Festival.
I mean, yeah.
So
Mario Tennis Ultra Trash.
Yeah. So some of the best games that came out. Let's just start it off with Eric. So what do you have to say, Eric?
Wait, what? I was too busy laughing at Walker.
Yeah, Ultra Trash. So we can basically just comment on everyone's opinion. So
are we saying the worst games?
no, the best games right now. That will be for later.
Okay. Splatoon. That was pretty strong. Then I lost interest at the end because it started not adding that much content because it got pretty old.
Well, it was better than the start because I really didn't feel like it was worthy of $70 for say, because there's 4 maps back then and a little bit of guns, and then you can, you'd have to level up to get better guns. I understand that, but I just felt the game to be empty at the beginning.
I totally forgot about Mario Party 10. Was that even released in 2015?
Yes, unfortunately it was.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that crap game.
Oh.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Walker?
I was just going to say, it just seems that a lot of games is through a rush compared to other ones. It looks like they're just filling in gaps for stuff for next year, before the stuff for next year releases. That's just what it looks like.
Yeah, that Zelda delay.
Oh, don't even get me started on that.
That'll be later.
Also, the Smash Bros. DLC was really good 2015.
Yeah, I was glad that Smash Brothers was alive for that long.
2015, sort of went by fast, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Went by real quick.
Walker, what were some of your favorite games of the year for Wii U?
Well, I did really enjoy Splatoon. I know we've already talked about that, but it was just such a great game. And the competitive side was really fun, at least at the beginning. And then whenever TSS disbanded, which is how we found each other and everything, after we disbanded, it started to get a little boring, but that's all good.
I just felt like the competitive community started dying near the end.
Oh yeah, it's definitely dying, and it's partly Nintendo's fault and partly the community's fault. It can't just be blamed single-handedly on Nintendo like some people want to do, but there's some stuff that need change if they want it to thrive and survive, but yeah, that's a conversation for another time, I guess.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed Xenoblade Chronicles X as well. The World Tournament is in there. Such a good game. I haven't actually played much of it though, but I need to start playing some more of it.
I haven't really started playing that game yet.
Yeah, it's really good.
I still have to get it. I mean, I'm probably going to get it around January, but...
And then that's for the console side, I think, for the home console.
Yeah.
Now, for the 3DS console, I believe this year is when they released the Ace Attorney trilogy on the 3DS as a 3DS remastered. And I've never played an Ace Attorney game. I've heard great things about it. So
I
decided to give that. Oh, go ahead.
I have all the original ones on the 3DS or on the DS, so.
That's awesome. So yeah, I decided to give those a go, and that's probably one of my. It's getting pretty close to one of my favorite series of all time. I just love the art style, I love the characters, and the narrative's just really well done in it. So
yeah.
That's yeah.
I also like how it doesn't take itself too seriously at times too.
Oh yeah, definitely. They crack a lot of jokes throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know those are old games, but sometimes old games are the best games when they're remastered. Yeah, so I guess those are some of my highlights of games that I played that came out on the Nintendo side. I still do play Super Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I did get that. I haven't played it yet though. I'll probably really enjoy it though.
Nice.
I haven't played any of the Christmas games yet.
Really? So
what were some of your favorite games, Ethan?
I think I already talked about this earlier, but I really did enjoy Monster Hunter 4U because you could have like hours of gameplay and not see everything and not kill every monster, and I love long games. I also love RPG aspects. I also love challenge, so that really got me hooked into it.
It's awesome. I haven't played a Monster Hunter game before. Always wanted to, but I don't know. I have to go give it a go at some point.
All I'd have to say is that the beginning part is very boring. But if you play your cards right, then you can have very, very good equipment at the beginning of the game and wreck everything.
Oh, cool.
On the Wii U side, I did like Splatoon, as I stated earlier. But the biggest problem for me was its design. Not like the character design, the artwork design. I felt like the gameplay design could have been better. For instance, the fact that a level 20 player can be playing with a level 1 player on Turf War. I mean, I understand there wasn't a lot of people on Splatoon at the beginning. But it's still happening today, where you would have a level 20 player playing with a level 1 player, and the level 1 player screwing everything up for the level 20 player. And
yeah,
then I felt the same thing with the rank battles, is that the ranking system could have been better. I don't know how, but it could have been, because I wouldn't say that you should subtract points. Well, you should if you did really bad on the team. But if you carried your team, but your team was doing very bad, you would still lose the same amount of ranked points. But they fixed that later on, but it should have been an issue thought about before.
I just wanted to say when you're at the level 20 deal, that is getting fixed. It's still an issue, but it's been getting fixed. I know if you read the patch notes, they've said that they're pairing people better.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not an easy thing to do either.
No.
With the way they have it set up as well. So at least they're trying to fix it, and yeah.
So we're going to talk about the bad games and all the bad stuff that happened in Nintendo for 2015. Oh boy, save me. Okay. So Eric, what did you think was the worst stuff about Nintendo this year?
Amiibo Festival.
And why?
Ultra trash. Also, Happy Home Designer isn't that good.
No, it's not. I'm sorry.
They're bad because people wanted a real Animal Crossing, and also the Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, they could have easily just made it so that it's like Mario Party, what it was before, but no. It's like
The whole amiibo thing for that game was just another A button.
It's more boring than Monopoly after 5 days.
It's like playing Monopoly by yourself.
That's funny. Yeah, so... Yeah, I can't really say anything good. They're, like... They look pretty nice. The models and stuff look nice.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
Ultra Trash, though, looks absolutely rushed. Because it's trash, of course. But, I mean, like, if you look at Mario Kart 8 and how beautiful that game is, they could have easily made something just as majestic as Mario Kart 8 with Ultra Trash and made it an actual Ultra Smash.
Yes, exactly.
Then they had less content in the game, they had less characters, and it was just, ugh.
That's what bugged me the most. There was no other items besides the Mega Mushroom. No other characters besides the few that you unlock.
There's only one stage.
There's two, but they're basically the same stage. Like, remember the ones on the GameCube?
There's one stage, but recolored.
Yeah. Remember the ones on the GameCube where we had, like, stages like Luigi's Mansion where you would hit the ghost and then it would give you, like, something special for that, or other maps?
Yeah.
Yes.
I really enjoyed that. That was a very crucial part to my childhood. And then when I saw this game, I wanted to kill someone. Seriously. I was about to throw something out the window when I saw the trailer for this game. Well, when I saw the newer trailer. Because when it was the first E3, I would understand, like, okay, they're showing one stage. That's fine. So.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at Super Mario World, that game got beautiful near the end, but then whenever the second trailer of this game showed off, nothing really was different. It was unsatisfying. And I guess there's not much else to say about that. But yeah, that was a pretty huge disappointment for me as well.
Yeah.
I guess some other disappointing things, I guess they're like bittersweet disappointments for me, if I can go ahead and say them, would be all the delays that happened just across the board. It's bittersweet because sorry, Eric. They're bittersweet for me at least because I know the games will be a lot better in the long run for doing this, and they'll be a lot more polished and hopefully be better. I mean, they could go the other way to where they just become worse because they get delayed, but I think in the long run they'll be better. But it just stinks because I'm like, Zelda U, it's coming out. They said it, and they delayed both Star Fox and Zelda, and it was just, I've been waiting for this game.
Honestly, I did think Star Fox for Wii U needed to get delayed.
Oh, for sure. That game, now, it did look really bad, but they changed the art style halfway through the design. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Yeah.
To where, with this new one, they made like the shadows harder and the colors lighter. Like either it's really light or really dark, and I really like that. It's more cel-shaded.
I don't like the monitor, like when they're talking, like the radio animation. It goes like 30 frames per second or like 20 frames per second of them just like making a mouth movement. It's like, I mean,
they were good at E3. The mouth movement.
Like, I don't like that Nintendo relied on that game for E3.
Because there's only Amiibo Festival.
Yeah, imagine if they relied on Amiibo Festival.
Oh man. Now, here's the thing. I think the gameplay is run smooth for all these games, especially even Ultra Trash. It runs really well, and Star Fox ran well for the most part, and it was just what they had within it that wasn't good.
Yeah, I would say the 60 frames per second is amazing, but you have to have gameplay that follows up with it.
Also, what happened to Metroid Federation Force? We heard nothing
No.
after E3.
No, that can be like an online feature for the next Metroid Prime.
Well,
Are you not a fan of Federation Force?
No.
I am.
I like it. I enjoy it.
I like the idea, but I don't like how they took out Samus's storyline. I wish it was just like a thing that you could do online with friends.
Yeah, here's my take on it. It's just for universe expansion. Like, okay, this is a bad example, but look at Marvel's superhero lineup.
Yes.
Not Iron Man's in a lot of movies. You could say he's the focal point, but he's not in every single movie. He's not in the Thor movies and stuff. And that's just those are used for universe expansion, like the Daredevil TV shows and stuff. And that's kind of why I look at when I see Federation Force. There's this series of Prime games, but then there's these spin-offs that are used to expand the universe because they said it's within the same universe as the Prime games. It's like kind of like either happening alongside it or like within the same timeline. Because they're just talking about the Navy or something that's in the Prime games.
Oh,
The Federation Navy or whatever. That's what you're doing in it. So that's kind of why I like it.
oh, Daniel might join in a couple seconds.
Oh, sweet. I know a lot of people don't like it because that thing got so many dislikes on YouTube on Nintendo's thing. But personally, I don't mind it.
Yeah, they kind of re-uploaded their E3 Direct because of all the dislikes.
Yeah. The reason I like it is the mechanics within it. Like, there's gonna be like a weight mechanic and stuff like that. I really like stuff like that. And I think it would work well with a mainstream Prime game. But what they're doing here, I guess, is fine for a handheld. As long as is there online multiplayer for it?
Yeah, it's basically like a co-op game.
Okay, good.
So it's like Triforce Heroes, but with 4 people with guns.
Right,
And then
there's
the looks amazing.
yeah.
It looks fun.
Okay, so
Sorry I interrupted you there, Ethan.
no, don't worry about it. So my worst games and my biggest disappointments was, I'll save my biggest disappointment for last, and you guys won't understand it like as much. Maybe you might, but the worst games for me were definitely Amiibo Festival because it was not worth my money and attention. Why would I buy 4 Amiibos to play a game that my friends would never come over to my house to play? It's like, I bought 4 Amiibo for you guys. Let's go play Amiibo Festival. And then I'm going to have like people like Eric going to be like, that's kind of crap. Like, why would you waste your money on that? So, and then Ultra Trash, like I said before, I needed more content, and I don't want DLC that costs money for it, because it's an empty game. The gameplay is okay, but they needed to add more to it.
Definitely.
You know, add new content like every week.
Yeah, but they haven't even started doing that though.
And they never said they were going to do it, so I doubt they will. I mean, even Mario Maker's been adding content, which I know we totally left that thing blank, I guess, but even Mario Maker's been doing some free content and stuff, and it's been really successful. I'm surprised that they're not doing it with Mario Tennis. They're just like, here's a game. Keep it. We're not going to do anything to it. We'll probably close the servers down in 3 months or so since no one's bought the game. Because those games sold so poor. Like, Amiibo Festival sold so poor.
Of course, because you'd have to buy an Amiibo to play the game to replace an A button.
Well, to be fair with the Amiibo Festival, it does come with an Amiibo. I believe it comes with an Maybe you don't get it, but it comes with at least comes with Amiibo cards, which work with the game. But I mean, if you really want the full experience, you have to buy additional amiibo as well.
Especially to play with friends too.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, just disappointed. So we've had a full share of really good games and then really bad games, the full spectrum.
And then here's my biggest disappointment. There was no Paper Mario for Wii U yet. Why hasn't that happened? I'm sorry, but Paper Mario, I kind of grew up with that game. For instance, for the GameCube one, that was the one that I played, and it was the one that I loved so much. I want something similar to it. I mean, I'm fine with the Wii one being a platformer with a little bit of RPG elements. I'm like, okay, that's okay, but that's no Thousand-Year Door.
Now you know how all our Crash fans feel.
I mean, I'm fine with Paper Jam and everything. In fact, I think that's kind of cool, but when are we ever going to get a Paper Mario for Wii U? I don't think that's ever going to come out. If it does, then I'm going to be happy.
2016 looks like a good year still.
Because I also want more people to try it out. I want more people to try out Paper Mario. I want it to be big, like bigger than it already is.
And possibly, I'm not saying this is happening, but what if they're creating one for the NX that's going to be a release title for one of the NX releases? They could be doing that or something. That'd be kind of cool.
Then I'd get the bundle for it.
You should get the bundle for it.
Yeah.
Even if there's no bundle, you'd be like, I'll make a bundle.
Yeah. What's this F-Zero game doing in here? Or this Smash Brothers game? Get out of here. I'm gonna tape a picture of Paper Mario NX on it.
Should we talk about the Smash Bros. DLC? Or no?
Okay, yeah. So, what were your thoughts on it? Eric. I already know Eric's thoughts, but you guys don't. Eric?
Get Corrin out of Smash. They only put Corrin in to get the Ridley fans happy because he's basically Ridley in a human body.
Yeah. I could care less about Corrin. I mean, I'm so with Bayonetta.
The whole... Oh, go ahead.
No, you go. That's fine.
I'm super annoyed by Corrin because the only reason he's in there is for marketing of Fire Emblem Fates. Because he's... The only reason they're doing that is to sell Fire Emblem Fates, because all the other characters that they've really released have been games that have been come out and people have been able to connect. People have not even been able to connect with Corrin, so why would they even want him in the first place? It's stupid. Only Japanese people have been able to do it. And it's the same thing that happened with Roy back in the GameCube era when he released. It was kind of a similar situation to where they were basically marketing the game, and that's what bugs me. And then there's another sword fighter. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Where I would kind of defend Melee in this case is that I was kind of glad because it brought Fire Emblem to the United States and North America. In other countries, in that sense. I think that's what Sakurai was trying to do. But with Corrin, he doesn't need to be in there.
People already know what Fire Emblem is.
And then there's already people gonna get Fire Emblem Fates. They don't need a character turn Smash to get the game. It's like, oh my goodness. Die, yeah. Corrin.
I agree.
I honestly don't believe it's the last Smash Bros. DLC.
No.
Probably is, but...
I think it might. I think it could go either way.
It's been making so much money, so why not make more?
Yeah, seriously. My biggest complaint about the Smash Bros. DLC is that while getting a lot of good characters for decent prices, and then good maps or stages, maps because I'm Splatoon, good stages for decent prices, all the other DLC is just so expensive. All the Mii-Fire costumes, like if you add up all the Smash Bros. DLC, it'll be more than the price that you paid for the game, I'm pretty sure. It's just ridiculous.
I don't think one character should be $7 or $8 for Canada.
Is that bundled with stages though? I think
Mm.
with Ryu at least it was bundled with something.
Yeah, with Ryu and Cloud. But it was like,
$4 with no
but if you
stage.
want, you would have to try and get them all. That was the point, and that would end up to $30 to $40.
Pokemon.
Yeah, you gotta collect them all. I mean, I only got the ones I wanted.
Yeah. I haven't bought all of them. I mean, whenever I do buy, I bundle it with everything for the 3DS and Wii U because I just have to. Because
And then
I
that
really like
also adds on to the price of $40.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just a pain in the butt. So, like, while they were successful with Mario Kart 8's DLC, where it was amazing, they went overboard with this one. But I think they may have learned a lesson a little bit with the free DLC with free updates. I guess it's just not really DLC, but it's updates with Splatoon and other stuff.
See, if they had Nintendo Club, if they still had that, I bet you there would have been a lot better options for the Platinum members. Okay, so Walker's going to be back in a couple of minutes. So, Eric, what else would you have to say about the worst things of Nintendo?
The worst thing this year?
Yes.
Well, Torin. I'm joking. The worst thing is Amiibo Festival.
Yeah.
I already said, shouldn't be allowed to be a game. Should be like free to play, no Amiibo.
It should have been a mini game in Animal Crossing Wii U. Like a multiplayer thing for your friends, and the reason why to have Amiibo.
Actually, like Animal Crossing Wii U. Like, have you seen on the one video when it's, I forget what it's called, the series, but it's like what a Wii U Animal Crossing would be called.
Yeah.
Like, would be, it's not would be called, what a Wii U Animal Crossing would be like.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that.
And it seems like it would be an amazing game if they actually went out and made it instead of making like a crappy game just to release for the holidays to rush it out.
That's what I felt about most of Nintendo's end-year games, that they're rushed for the holiday sales.
Yeah, they're just rushed thinking people would buy it.
Okay, Walker's back. So now we're gonna...
Sorry about
No problem. Now we're going to talk about what we would like to see in the future for Nintendo. So 2016, 2017, 2018, whatever, so on.
Okay, cool.
So Eric, how about you start us off?
More 3D platforms.
Okay. Like specific...
And also, they should, like, release, like, more stuff that would get people hyped. Because, like, you could release, like, a new Major Mario that's not another new Super Mario Bros.
Or what about all those dying fans wanting, like, F-Zero, Mother, or even Metroid? We haven't got another Metroid game since 2011, and that was a piece of junk, by the way.
Also, I don't want Zelda Wii U to be released on the NX as well as the Wii U.
Yeah.
I think it should just be on the Wii U because it's called...
Because then no one's going to buy it for the Wii U unless they can't afford an NX.
Yeah. With it's kind of a split decision. I get it'd make the NX more successful. I think if they did that. That's kind of why, if anything, I wish if the NX. I still think the NX could release in 2017. It fits the pattern of Nintendo releasing 2017 or the year after they unveil it at E3, but it doesn't have a high chance of releasing next year. But I think if they do release it on the NX, it should I don't know. I wanted it to be like a year later because I feel like it doesn't feel right to release it on both systems if you're a Wii U owner, because that's what a lot of people bought it for. And
Yeah.
I kind of feel like they're getting kind of like their money wasted on it when we can get a much superior version of the same game for the next system. I don't know. That's just how I feel like for any game that releases on both systems. And it's not necessarily true, because Zelda U is made for the Wii U. It was made specifically for the Wii U at the beginning, so it probably is the better version. It's kind of the GameCube. Twilight Princess is better than the Wii one. So I guess it could go either way. I don't know. That's why I'm kind of split on that.
I'd also like to say I hope NX doesn't have any gimmicks, because that hurts Nintendo a lot when they try new things, but it's not like if they try new things and it scares a lot of people and then they try it and then they go like, hey, this doesn't work, and it seems to be getting worse and worse and worse with Nintendo, where it's just like the gamepad is a waste of technology now because no one uses it properly. Like the Smash Brothers doesn't even use the touchscreen.
Yeah.
What games would you like to see in the future too?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. I got a game I've been wanting another sequel to that's actually good, Super Mystery Dungeon. I got that this year. There's one I was thinking of. I would like another Animal Crossing game for sure.
Yeah.
That would be really fun.
Not a B-Book anymore.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some other games. There was some I was thinking of. Oh, I'm ready for Dragon Quest XI. I'm so pumped for that game. I'm really hoping it
Yeah.
come out. What else? I
What's
don't
that?
know. Dragon Quest is like the most amazing series ever. I love it.
Okay.
But,
I actually have Dragon Quest 2 on my iPhone. I'm really enjoying it.
oh yeah?
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's like $6 on the App Store. Do we get paid for advertising that?
Eric,
Don't know. What?
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you can go.
I was just thinking, you were wanting to know what Dragon Quest is. Basically, it's a series. It's kind of similar to Final Fantasy, to where none of the games are really connected, but there's certain monsters and stuff that are in each game and stuff, and it's an RPG,
Yeah.
turn-based RPG. So it's really, really, really stinking fun. Dragon Quest IX for DS is my favorite, but I haven't played much.
In 2016, ukulele type.
Oh wow.
Oh, hi Daniel. Say hi.
Oh,
Hello.
We're talking about what we would like to see in the future for Nintendo. So, what would you like to see in the future for Nintendo, like game-wise and console-wise and choices? So,
Console wise, I'm not really sure. I have to like get time to think about those things.
Yeah.
So, yeah. NX hype though.
yeah. We got a new gimmick.
I'm cautiously optimistic about the NX. I think if it is, I don't know. I just don't think it's really troubling because they're releasing in between generations again, which is it's just not good for them to do that. And everyone wants them to release it next year. Releasing it next year puts them smack dab in the middle. At least in the second, if they release it in 2017, I feel like it would be more towards the tail end of the other ones. But and give people more development time as well. But I don't know. I just don't like that. They're gonna be in between generations. Everyone's like they have to be at least the power of the PS4, if not higher. And I'm like, whatever. If they do it correctly, then it'll be fine. But whenever it releases, it'll be a new thing and everything. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Either way.
It's not graphic.
It's
Yeah.
got that storyline.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Nintendo knows how to do 60 frames per second, and I think that's good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Good enough for me, anyways.
Oh, yeah.
I really hope it is a hybrid console though, to where it's a handheld in it. And I hope they go back to the SD cartridges with the new console, because I know that's what a lot of speculation is, since that one patent didn't have optical drive in it. But it didn't say that there wasn't an ability to put like an SD card or something in it. So they could be going back to like a cartridge type deal, which is actually almost beneficial in certain ways now because of how much more you can store into SD cards and stuff than a disc. So it will be interesting to see what happens.
Also, what they need to do with the controller is make it have better battery life. I mean, you could get an expansion battery for your gamepad, but that's just a waste. I mean, as long as it's I mean, I would understand the gamepad because it's like a big screen and it's also a controller at the same time.
Yeah.
I also understand that motion also.
Yeah, gyroscope. And then it's also like different on other screens too, so you'd be looking down at the gamepad and then you're doing something else and then people are playing on the TV and then they can't do whatever you're doing, so.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I would... You go.
I was playing Minecraft and my sister was trying to cover the TV, so I just looked at the gamepad.
Wow. You know Minecraft boys.
Minecraft!
I remember hearing in Walker's highlight video all those little 8-year-olds.
Yeah, those are his brothers. Wow, Daniel.
They're not. One of them.
Sorry, voices.
No, it's okay. They haven't matured yet. They haven't matured yet, as my old science teacher used to say. One of them's like 11, and one of them's almost 10, I think. No, one of them's almost 12, one of them's almost 10. I can't remember their ages, but yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, as long as people aren't like Super Minecraft Kid, I'm fine. Some people might get that.
So what were you saying, Daniel? I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
I don't even know. Yeah, I'm a forgetter.
What I would like to see in the future. So basically what I would like to see in the future for Nintendo is more games on release. Like,
oh, yeah.
better games. Like a better launch games, because let's face it, the Wii U and the 3DS had some of the worst launch games ever. I mean, for the 3DS we did get Zelda Ocarina of Time, which is fine, but that's it. It's not necessarily... That could be a 3DS seller, but only to some.
What would be a good, starter then?
A 3D Mario game.
Understand.
Maybe Splatoon 2.
So true.
I think it might be a little early for a Splatoon sequel, honestly. I think give it another year. But I do think a Mario game would probably help. It needs some third-party games. It needs like 3 or 4 third-party games releasing. Because third-party support is huge now. It may not have been as big of a deal in certain time periods, but third-party support's a huge deal now because like with Call of Duty, it's extremely popular. No one wants to buy this. Doesn't support Call of Duty correctly.
Or even licensed games are getting better. Like, look at the Arkham series.
Yeah, definitely.
And if a console can't support the game that's hot right now, then it's not gonna sell.
Yeah. So I think a Metroid game would be good to add on to as a launch title, and then a Zelda game, which would be Zelda U, I guess, as a launch title.
Can someone turn down their game?
Metroid.
What'd you say, Daniel? I'm sorry.
No, what is it? Metroid Prime? Question mark.
Yeah.
Oh. Metroid Prime. A series that everyone loves.
But Nintendo doesn't.
Go ahead, sorry, Ethan.
So, and some of the games I'd like to see are Paper Mario for the Wii U, as I stated earlier. I would like it if they made it an RPG with some platform elements, like Thousand Year Door, where you'd have like the paper glider and the tube roller and the boat. I'd like it if it was like that, with the RPG mechanics, the turn-based mechanics, and like I also like the fact that you can block enemy attacks whenever you want, and depending on how well you do in action, will do better damage if you did more jumps at the right time. So.
Yeah. Undertale hype for Wii U? Question mark?
I actually have Undertale. What the heck is that? I actually have Undertale, but I haven't played it yet.
Wow.
Amazing.
You can't download it on the Chromebook.
Why would you get a... Okay. That's not our discussion.
But yeah, 2016 looks like a good year, and I hope they have some really good launch titles as well.
Shrek game for NX.
Okay.
Go confirm for Smash.
Alright, so thank you guys for watching the podcast, and thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Eric, for joining. Thank you, Walker, and thank you, Daniel, for joining. Once again, I couldn't have done it without you guys. So, all I have to say, everyone, is I'll see you later. So, bye-bye.